and recommend that you check out my new book, What is Socialism? It's available on Amazon.com. Link is in my bio. God bless. So today for my thank you, John. God bless you. Hey, I hope you're doing good, John. Turn the book around. I got you, Cape. Thank you for the roses, man. So this is the back of the book. This is, you see, you got the author's picture. Thank you so much, John. I hope you're doing good, my friend. Long time no see. Yup. How's everybody doing? Thank you all for joining today. I am showcasing my new book, What is Socialism by Austin Tamargo, available on Amazon.com. On the back, we got a good little description right here. If uh, so, let's do a poll real quick. Pick the red option if you want me to read the back cover of my book for you guys. So let's see. Pick the red option if you want me to read the back cover of my new book, everybody. Okay, looks like we got 7-1 right now. It looks like you guys want to hear it. So let me read it real quick. Um, what does socialism really mean beyond slogans and sound bites? In this accessible, clearly structured guide. Okay, I'm just here to talk to you about my new book, okay? I'm just here to talk to you about it. It is available on Amazon, just letting you guys know. Not telling you to go there, just letting you guys know I'm very excited in this moment. So let me finish reading the back and then I'll respond. Sorry, guys. What does socialism really mean beyond slogans and sound bites? In this accessible, clearly structured guide, Austin Tamargo cuts through confusion to show how the idea took shape, how it evolved, and how it is lived and argued about today. Organized like a clear-minded crash course, the book traces the term from its early 19th century origins to modern debates with a steady focus on real people, real policies, and real outcomes. Inside, you will find a brisk tour of the origins of socialist thought from early industrial Britain and Francis to Engels' firsthand reporting on working class life. A plain language walkthrough of Marx and Engels' major ideas. Thank you guys for the gifts. Hello everybody. Hello Vani. I'm reading the back cover. People said they wanted to hear about it, so I'm gonna continue now. A balanced overview, a plain language walkthrough of Marx and Engels' major ideas, including dialectical and historical materialism, class struggle, and the distinction between socialism and communism. A balanced overview of contemporary currents, Marxism, Leninism, democratic socialism and social democracy, market socialism, Maoism, and anarcho-socialism. Explained with practical examples rather than jargon, a chapter on core values that recur across traditions, including collective ownership, economic planning, social welfare, democratic participation, and transformed labor relations. A clarifying section on common misconceptions, comparisons with capitalism, and why words like socialism and communism are used so loosely in media and politics. Whether you are a student, a curious reader, or someone tired of talking past friends and family, this big book gives you a calm, concise foundation. By the end, you will recognize where different schools agree, where they differ, and how to evaluate claims about socialism in practice with context and precision. Clear structure, short chapters, and a neutral tone make it easy to read in an afternoon and useful to keep on your shelf for reference. If you want a single reliable starting point that replaces noise with understanding, starts here. Okay, so I just saw somebody in the comments said anybody can write a book. Look at Gabby now, Austin, and yes, that is true. Anybody. Even you can write a book. I want to let you guys know. Hey, thank you, Mike. I will be trying to respond to the comments for more now that I read that. Cambo, I'll get to that in a second. Billy says he's written 6 books. That's awesome, Billy. That's my goal, to get there and maybe even beyond that one day. 10 or 20 books. Who knows? Anybody can write a book. Don't let people tell you that that you can't write a book, or that you need this or need that. It is helpful to have an editor, and it is helpful to go the official publishing route if you can, buy a big name publisher, and they will push your book, and so you will get more sales that way. But anybody can self-publish a book, and Amazon makes it real easy. Just speaking about my experience and my process of how I got to this book. um, Hello, John. I'm doing good today. I hope you are too. God bless all of you. I hope everybody's doing great today. My goal is 4,000 roses. Can we do it? Yes, we can. Anyways, hold on. This is for Cambo. God bless you, Cambo. Down by the riverside, down by the riverside, down by the riverside, down by the riverside, down by the riverside. God bless you, man. That's a little inside thing. I did that when I was bored one day, and Cambo loved it so much. He always asked me to do it. God bless you, man. Thank you, Cape, for the rose, man. God bless you. Thank you all. Someone said, how was prison? I've actually never been to prison. Hello, Nikki. How you doing? I'm doing great. I just published my new book. On Amazon. What is socialism? A concise analysis to clarify the concept. I am actually proud of this work. Now, thank you so much, Joel, for the rose. Whenever I first published my first book, I said, you know what? I thought when I was writing it, I'm like, yeah, this is pretty good. Thank you, Vani. God bless you. Thank you so much. And thank you, Alan, for that cap. I didn't see it. Oh, there it goes. Thank you, my friend. God bless you. Hello, London. How you doing? When I wrote my first book, State Capitalism, right? It's received a lot of criticism. All of the negative reviews on the book on Amazon for my first book are from non-verified purchases, meaning they don't have the verified purchase next to the name. So I take it with a grain of salt. But as someone who's been studying socialism for years, I felt, almost immediately after I wrote it, like I definitely could have done a lot better. But this book here, my new book that I just published to Amazon, I am proud of this. You know what I'm saying? I actually recommend this because this book will, I promise you, if you read this book, somebody said open the book. So I you know what? If you want, I'll turn the camera around just for a second. Just for a second. So here's the front cover. Turn the first page, and it says, the title again. Then we have the ISBN, copyright, a note from the author, where I talk about how it's a brief and concise analysis, and do your own research. I encourage anyone to do their own research on these claims. We got all the chapters right here. My book is it's $6.99 for an ebook, $9.99 for a paperback copy, which is what this is right here. This is the paperback copy version. It's a little shiny, it's very nice, and it's only $9.99. Then there's a hardcover for $24.99. Now Somebody said, what would I sign it? I can't promise anything at this moment. Because before I have told people I would, but then I never got around to it. So I don't want to tell you that I will. I would definitely would like to. I definitely would like to send anybody who cares about me, who supports my work, a signed copy, even a personal note. You know, um, 1 second here. Okay. Hello, Chris. How you doing? God bless you. Thank you for joining my live stream today. You know what? I miss all of you guys too. I am so sorry. I know some people like we didn't care. We were glad you were gone. But to the people who cared, I'm so sorry. It's been so long. GA Peach, how you doing? God bless you. Uh, just to let anybody new coming in know, I did just publish my new book. What is socialism? So somebody in the comment, Veroko, says, I'm a capitalist. Sorry, homie. Hey, thank you, Papa. Thank you for joining the fan club. So what capital do you own? Are you a business owner? Do you own rental properties? If you're coming up here saying you're a capitalist, sorry. Let me I just want to know how big of a capitalist you are. So how much capital do you really own? And no, your own house, your personal house and car does not count as capital. Capital is property or productive forces, heavy machinery, stuff like that you use to create more wealth, not for your own personal use. You have a loaf of bread, Austin. Uh, you're not you're not a freaking capitalist. Oh, you have a loaf of bread, Austin. You're not oh, I'm not a capitalist. I never claimed to be a capitalist. Somebody came in the chat, and I'm showing everybody my new book. What is socialism? And so somebody came in the chat and said, I'm a capitalist. Sorry, homie. So I just asked them, what capital do they own? Because to be a capitalist, you have to own capital. You know. Do you remember me, Austin? I did not forget. So somebody owned capital. You know. Do you remember me, Austin? I did not forget you. I know you support Britt, how you doing? Know you. Oh, Britt, how you doing? How you doing, everybody? God bless. Somebody said, dang, he's breathing, guys. Oh my God, that is not nice. Hey, thank you, Veroko, for the heart, me. Thank you so much. Thank you, Britt, for the heart. Remember me when you make it big. I will. You know what? I'm gonna screenshot that right now. I'm gonna screenshot that. And I love I love your dog videos. If you're the account I'm thinking of. My hair is so long. Yeah. Hello, Jam Jam. Hello, Kelly. Good to see you too. Um, Thank you all for joining my live stream today. God bless. I want to let you all know my new book is available on Amazon. Paperback copy only $9.99. I'm so excited to talk to you guys more about this now. Now, here's the thing. The reason I have not been on live streaming in a while is actually because I've realized something. Actually, me, a humble guy like me, wouldn't you know, huh? I've realized something. I said, you know what? I actually want to cultivate an audience that appreciates my content and wants to engage to me as a friend. As somebody who understands and is figuring out stuff with me. I don't want to cultivate the audience of the anti-hero anymore. You know what I'm saying? Hey, thank you, Dom. God bless you. Thank you for that pumpkin. I don't want to cultivate the audience of what do they call that? It, of infamy. You know. Yes, I'm back. Austin Tamargo has approached the building. He is back. Austin Tamargo, baby. How's everybody doing? Yeah, so I just released a new book. And oh, you said what book? Okay, yeah, some people might be curious why I keep showing it. People come in, new people come in. We gotta show them the book too. What's up, Anthony? How you doing? When will I be doing book signings? I promise you guys. I promise you guys. If I sell 1,000 copies, which I don't even think that's possible, right? Like I'm serious. Like I would imagine at the most, if I worked really hard, I might get 50 to 100 copies sold. If I keep uh talking to people about it. But if I do get 1,000 copies, you know what? I'll do a book signing, in person book signing, meet and greet. What up, B6? How you doing? Somebody said you know how to write. Anything is possible. You gotta believe. Okay, you know what? That's true. I believe it is possible, but I don't think I'm at a space where I'll get there yet. But I will say this: I am very proud of my new book. What is socialism? I am very proud of it, and hey, Pony Boy, that sounds great. That sounds great, my friend. I wish you luck in that endeavor. God bless. I would appreciate anybody reading my book and giving me their honest thoughts and honest review. Cause I'll tell you what, I'm not playing around here. I'm not playing around here. I swear to God. Forgive me, Lord, but I swear to God, this book, I really think this represents years of me learning, studying, engaging in direct action and learning from my experiences with the concept of socialism. And it's years of experience and study and research that went into this book, and it's really a clear, concise guide. This is a book that anybody could pick this book up, read it in an hour or two, and boom, you got a fundamental baseline general understanding of socialism as a whole, not just as an isolated idea or one person's take on it. This book goes through the history, even the etymology of the word, meaning the history of the word, how this idea came about, how it was developed, the different theories that branched off, and there's just, I promise you guys, if you want to have a complete fundamental introduction to socialism, this book, you could read it in an hour and a half, maybe even faster than that. And yeah, so please, anybody, check it out, give me an honest review. Now, what I was gonna say is that yeah, I want to cultivate an audience that actually wants to discuss ideas with me, and I'm really grateful. Thank you, Alan. God bless you. um Billy said you won't make it long, Austin. So for anybody, hold on, I see another comment. My book is available on Amazon. Somebody said radical liberals believe in socialism. Uh, that's actually a topic that is discussed in the book. The difference between liberalism, socialism, social democracy, and democratic socialism. If you'd like to see it, I can show you real quick. Let's see. Let's see. Socialism and communism, socialism and capitalism, liberalism. So there's a section right here on little subsection on liberalism. And contrary to popular belief, even the belief that I had grown up in the Southeast, the North Carolina. That's where I grew up, a very conservative place, and I thought liberalism was socialism, or that liberals are the people who want socialism. And hey, thank you for following, Christine. God bless you. Yes, this is my new book I wrote, everybody. Available on Amazon, my new book. Thank you, everybody who supports my writing. Yep, I grew up in New Bern, North Carolina. Thank you, everybody who supports my writing. This is my new book right here. I did write this. This is a piece of writing that I am very proud of. And hey, thank you, Storm, for following. Um, this is a piece of writing that I'm really proud of, and I was just saying, so I'll just say it again real quick, because I don't want to bore the people who already heard me saying. Yes, I did write it. Is an official published book by me. Basically, what was I gonna say that I was gonna say again? I guess it wasn't that important. Hey, thank you, everybody. You know what? Can we get 4,000 roses? Can we get 4,000 roses? No, this book is not written by AI. This book is written completely by me. This book is the there was another question about writing. Um, hey, thank you, Storm. I appreciate that. Somebody said, "How do you write without a computer?" Believe it or not, I actually write my book mostly from my phone. Now, sometimes I will use a laptop just to get a better look at it, and have a bigger screen to look at the layout, the print layout, But I actually write like this whole thing basically was written from my phone on Google Docs, just like my last book. How can I afford a laptop? That's actually none of your business, believe it or not. Uh, God bless. This book it's $9.99 on Amazon. This is my new book I published. God bless all of you guys. So you aren't as broke as you claim. Right now I am not broke. Um, right now I am not broke. I wouldn't say that. I am struggling like most people. I'm living life. Trying to be good with my finances. If you came to my live stream because you saw one of my old videos, yes, for a lot of my adult life, I've been homeless and struggling. Right now, I'm not currently homeless, and I'm not exactly broke, and I'm doing okay right now. So a lot of people say, "Oh, you've been gone so long. Where you been? All this." I will say that I definitely took some time, before I came back until I was in a position where I could come back and just speak to my audience rather than, be a e-beggar. Uh, hey, thank you, Vani. God bless you. Now, I do want to formally, sincerely apologize to any and all of my viewers who watched me when I was going through my 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 rock bottom. Basically, um, for a while there, every day I would come up here and just beg people, and I did create some, content that was not. I did create some content that was not that, but most of it was just begging. And I want to apologize to my viewers, uh, also for some of my behavior, you know. There were times I yelled at people, and stuff like that, and other things that I just, I appreciate my viewers that stuck around, and I'm grateful to anyone who watches my content. And going forward, I want to have more of a healthy relationship with my viewers. Thank you, Ben, for following. I really want to uh, be a be a content creator who discusses things with the audience, and the audience are actually engaged, and it's not just a thing of I'm begging and people are either criticizing or helping. I want it to be a more better environment. Hey, thank you, Joanne. God bless you. So for today, my plan coming on live. I never did do that, Sunshine. I was a beggar for a while, living off of people's generosity. It, instead of trying to get a job, and I admitted it that at a time. Now I'm not just trying to live off donations, but I'm very grateful to all the people supporting me in the time that I was. Uh, hey, thank you, BioRat. I really appreciate that. I don't remember ever doing that, Billy, but I will say that I'm not here to try to justify or keep explaining my past. Um, but I did want to address, my past, and just sincerely apologize to my viewers and say that going forward, I am just trying to make educational and relatable content, and so basically what I'm doing now is every live stream there's gonna be a topic plan. Okay. So my topic plan for this live stream going live today was to introduce my new book and answer any questions about it. And I figured, beyond that, we could also just discuss the topic of socialism in general. Now, I do want to do some passages reading. Um, I'm thinking about doing a video series where I go through and read passages, and try to explain them, and then even try to relate them to modern day concepts. Um, why is it so thin? It is only 79 pages. Hello, Jessica. I'm doing really good now. It's good to see you. God bless you. Uh, Thank you, Charlie, for following. I really appreciate it. Thank you, Yazzie, for following. Yes, I actually wrote a book. It is a very short book. You could read this in an hour or two. What is socialism? A concise analysis to clarify the concept. 79 pages. Okay, it's only 79 pages. It's only a brief introduction, 6 chapters, and then a brief conclusion. Um, so it is a short book that you can read in an afternoon, but I I want to tell you guys that I promise you, if you read this book, if you don't know nothing about socialism, this will really clear up any confusion you have. This not only goes into the history of the word, the concept, the famous thinkers, and the people who evolved its understanding, but it also gives real world examples, compares it and contrasts it to other related concepts like communism, liberalism, and other political concepts. And so okay, somebody named Chica said, I took a college class on socialism. I guarantee I know more about it than you. Okay, Chica, would you like to come on as a guest for the live stream? Uh, Chica, would you like to come on as a guest and discuss what you know, or you know, no, it doesn't pay. Okay, yeah, no, I understand. You know, time is valuable. Okay, but what was your class called? Because that sounds very interesting. I didn't know that they had college classes on socialism. I thought colleges just upheld capitalist indoctrination. So that's very interesting, and I'm curious. Are you in the United States? And if so, you don't have to tell me the school, but I'm interested in what kind did they call it, the class socialism? You know, I'm curious about that. Let me see if I haven't responded yet. Anyways, it's called. It was titled "Bowling for Socialism," and yes, I am in the U.S. Okay, cool. So, would you agree that liberalism? This is something we were discussing just a few minutes ago. Would you agree that liberals want socialism, or maybe even more broadly, that the ideology of liberalism is for socialism? I'm curious to hear your answer on that, because that actually is a topic in this book. Like I said, there's a chapter on distinctions and misconceptions, and there's also a chapter on some do yes. Okay. So I think that's a good answer, because there are people who identify as liberal but support democratic socialist policies, or social democracy, right? But if we trace back the ideology of liberalism, I discuss in my book how actually here people were asking for a passage, right? Let, let, let me hold on. We're gonna do a poll. Pick the red option if you want me to give the quote, read the passage about liberalism in comparison to socialism as part of that this discussion. Okay, thank you guys. You said we viewed Michael Moore documentaries and discussed how he skewed issues. Okay, I haven't heard of Michael Moore, but I will look that up. And so it looks like we have a consensus of agreement to read the passage about liberalism and how it relates to socialism. Now, let me get a drink of water. My phone is up against my water bottle. So I will just. Whoops. Sorry, 1 second, guys. I I'm just gonna first just say real quick. Of course, this passage is out of context. This passage comes from chapter chapter 6, or chapter 5 of the book, Distinctions and Misconceptions. And in this chapter, we discuss socialism in relation to other ideas, and one of them is liberalism. So let's see what this book I just published. It's on Amazon, what it says about socialism. Thank you for sharing the live. Thank you, anyone, for following. Liberalism as an ideology arose alongside capitalism as a philosophical justification for its policies and structure. Prabhat Patnaik, a professor of economics at Cambridge University who has published many books and articles, says, the evolving liberal democracies were typically accompanied by the evolving economic formation of capitalism. The political ideas and principles that make up the doctrine of liberalism are, therefore, deeply integrated with economic ideas about the nature of capitalism. My objective is to look at the notion of freedom in the context of this integrated political and economic framework that we have come to call liberalism. Liberalism is concerned with the freedom of the individual. Within liberalism, however, every strand of classical liberalism, whether or not it says so explicitly, must believe that the emergence of capitalism, that is, of the employer wage laborer relationship, insofar as it has a history, parentheses, and has not been a dominant form forever, parentheses close, was a voluntary process. And since it is a voluntary process based on the freely given consent of all individuals, a competitive capitalist economy represents the only economic system under which individual freedom can be fully realized. That's the end of the quote from Patnaik Prabhat. And here's where I continue my commentary. His explanation of liberalism's role in preserving this, quote, true freedom of the individual, and end quote, as being inextricably tied to a capitalist system shows that liberalism is actually an ideology that produces and reinforces capitalism, not socialism. So why are they compared? In the United States, the self-identified Liberal Party, the Democratic Party, has historically presented itself as having social democratic values. For example, FDR, a Democratic president from 1933 to 1945, was the president who signed the New Deal into law, a set of social democratic reforms discussed previously in the interview of Stalin by Wells, that was earlier in the book, which started unemployment and disability insurance and aid for families with children, government help with housing, and many other programs. This belief in social democratic ideals is what has continued to lure Americans into supporting the Democratic Party since. Liberal political parties and capitalist societies have an ideological goal of preserving the existing power structure that allows for capitalist rule over the working class. But because of political pressure or threat of revolution, these parties may choose to make a deal, like the New Deal reforms, with the working class. You continue to accept the rule of capitalists over industry, and we will make them fund safety net programs that will make sure that even if you fall into poverty, there will be resources to help you survive, instead of just letting you become homeless and starve to death. This aspect is not usually pointed out by these liberal parties because it benefits them for people to believe that liberalism is just synonymous with the word freedom in general, like freedom of choice, freedom to express yourself and be who you are, and other commonly associated concepts. It benefits the conservative Republican Party to label the liberal Democratic Party socialist or communist with negative connotations because of the Red Scare, anti-communist, and anti-socialist propaganda that has sunk deep into the American psyche over generations, but it is not beneficial for the Liberal Party to refute this allegation with technicality by explaining that liberalism actually what liberalism actually is, because in doing so, they would reveal the truth to some of their base who may be supporting them because they associate them with social democratic values and maybe even the word socialism itself. If liberalism is technically defined by the members of the Liberal Party, if it is explained how liberal means freedom of one individual to be the autocratic dictator of a workplace or industry, then some of the supporters may decide they want to find a different ideology that actually challenges that. So pick the red option if you just listen to all that, because I'm wondering if anybody actually just listened to all that whole thing all the way. But pick the okay. Thank you, BioRat. Thank you, Lori. Okay, so somebody said, question: by selling this book, are you practicing in communism? you know, let's answer that question. First, what do you guys think? Thunderbolt, how you doing? God bless you. Thank you for joining, everybody. This is my new book. This is my new book available on Amazon. I would very much appreciate if anybody reads this book and gives me a good, honest review. You was asked, so you answer it. I will answer it. I want to give anybody else an opportunity to answer it first if they would like to. This is my new book, everybody. Somebody said going to Amazon, leaving a horrible review right now. That picture on the back, yep, that's me. Oh man. Hello, Missy. I've been around. I just love saying that when people ask me where I've been around. Where you been, right? I was explaining earlier. I actually took some time off of social media. Hello, Tiff. Thank you. Yes, I'm back. Good to see you. Hello, J.O. Murder. Oh, Christmas tree. Oh, Christmas tree. How lovely are your branches. Yeah, so I just remembered what I was trying to say is somebody came in here and said they're going to go leave a bad review on my new book on Amazon right now. Here's the thing. If it doesn't say verified purchase, that means they didn't actually get the book and read it. So if you see a negative review and it doesn't say verified purchase, that's anybody could have just said that. Hello, just Mark. How you doing? God bless you. Okay, so the most simplest answer to the question, are you engaging in capitalism by selling your book? The most simple way to answer this question is because the actual question itself, you know, is are you being hypocritical? Um, the answer is even when that we had a slave system, right? E- e- Even when we had a feudal system where there were kings and queens and lords and ladies, people did envision and speak about and try to create a better organization of society, a better power structure. And that better, more freeing power structure was capitalism. You know, in the times of kings and queens, many people also ridiculed those who advocated for change. They would say, how can you seriously believe that the king will ever have his power taken away? The king's power comes from God. So you think that they can take away the system that God has ordained into our society, that the hereditary value of a person is what should rule over us? These were real arguments. It may seem funny, even silly today. Like it's funny to me, right? But this was real. These were real arguments. You know, centuries ago, people would really have to tell people like, no, God did not give the kings power. You know, God is not the one who is enforcing, who's allowing the system to continue and who wants the system. It's the people in power, you know. He said we're all waiting for it. You might as well say it. Hey yo, who got a rose? Let me find out. Hey, 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 who got a rose, man? I'm trying to get 4,000 roses, man. I'm trying to get 4,000 roses. That's my live goal. God bless. Hello, Karma. How you doing? God bless you. Thank you all for joining my live stream today. So to give a more direct answer to your direct question, thank you, Biodust, for the roses. God bless you. Thank you so much. Um, we as people in the United States live under a capitalist system, right? Um, we do have to participate in the system that governs our lives to survive, just like the slaves in the old society had to be slaves to survive. And even when they tried to say we don't have to be, we can try to be free, and even when they attempted to be free, they weren't being hypocritical. Just because you have to exist in a system that you're at, doesn't mean that you're being hypocritical for advocating for change of that system, for advocating for a new system that ends the oppression of the current one. Um, Now, writing a book is not something that's inherent to capitalism. Writing books has existed before capitalism, and it will exist after capitalism. Um, the economic system uh, just determines who gets paid, right? So hear me out again. This is my new book, everybody. Thank you, everybody, for sharing the live. Thank you, everybody who's followed today. I really appreciate everybody. God bless. This is my new book available on Amazon. What is socialism? We're talking about it. Somebody asked the question. They said, by you selling that book, are you engaging in capitalism? And they didn't add this extra part, but the commonly implied or sometimes even added extra part is, doesn't that make you hypocritical? The answer I'm here trying to explain is no. We exist in the system we exist in, and advocating for change, advocating for a better organization of society is not hypocritical. And writing a book and receiving value from other members of society for that book is not strictly a capitalist thing. Now, like I was saying, the economic system determines who gets the value. Okay, so in capitalism, right? I wrote this book, right? Uh, but because Amazon owns owns this whole big company with all these factories and all these printing presses, they have the ability to print these books, right? I I as an individual do not have the ability to print this book myself. I mean, technically, hello Christy, how you doing? Okay, Thunderbolt, I look at my messages. Technically, I could look for like a presser or a mini printing press and save up for it. Who knows? But it's just not practical, right? And I don't even know how possible it is. Hello, Christy. This is not AI written. This is completely written from me. Um, And so, because of that, because they own this capital, and because the way our society is organized, they actually receive most of the money from this book when somebody buys it. Now, in socialism, we would probably have a public printing press facility, meaning this would be a public service just like a library. Okay, this is what I would really think, because socialism is about the workers, owning the means of production, the factories, the machines, not just the businesses. And that's what I'm trying to explain. Think about it. They say, by you selling this book, are you engaging in capitalism? And I'm saying no, because of capitalism, most of the value that comes from the sale of this book doesn't even go to me, the writer. Because over generations, wealth has been concentrated, and the printing press is not publicly owned. The facility, the machines that it takes to print this book, to make the cover, this is not publicly available. It's in private hands. So you get a degree in math? No, I did not. Yo, what up, AZ? How you doing? God bless you. He says, so you wasted your time. No, I would not say that. Now, it does suck that most of the money does not go to me, the author, when somebody buys this. I make about, I think it's about $4 and some change out of that $9.99. So it's a little under 50%. It's not like something horrible like 5 or 10%. That would be really horrible. But that's capitalism for you. Thank you all for joining my live stream today. My goal is to do an hour every live stream that I do from now on. Somebody said I have 150K in investments and I'm willing to give it all to you. That's what somebody just commented in my live stream. Um, it's fun to pretend, right? God bless you, my friend. I like to play make believe too, sometimes. You said you just said that's capitalism for you, so you do participate in. Yeah, that's maybe you haven't been paying attention. I'm not saying you weren't, but yeah, I'm not saying you weren't, but and maybe I didn't explain it really well. So that's why there's this new focus on my content now. It's gonna be educational. But yes, I I uh I me writing is not me being a capitalist, but I am engaged in the capitalist system that I live in, and that is not hypocritical or contradictory to any of my beliefs or any of the aims of socialism. Um, God bless you. Hey Richard, how you doing? What's new? I just published my new book, What is Socialism, available on Amazon. And I want to say again, if anybody reads this book and gives me a real honest review, if anybody gets a copy and reads this, I will be very grateful. I don't have a lot of people who I think care about getting it. You know, it, just you. Yeah, I've sold. The book has been out for a week, and I've sold 4 copies so far. 4 copies. So I'm grateful to those 4 people. Um, but I don't have a lot of supporters in this endeavor right now, and I'm telling you guys, if you get this book will give you, this book will help you understand socialism. I promise you. This is a short book. You can read it in an hour or two. I wrote this book all this book myself, and it has a clear chapter structure. I'll go over the chapters, and I promise anybody, if you read this book, there's a lot of chapters that we go into a lot of things. Look, here's another one. Everybody gets the same. That's in the distinctions and common and misconceptions chapter 5. So if anybody gets a copy of my book and reads it, I will be so grateful to you. Who edited it? Um, Mostly me. This is my new book available on Amazon, guys. If anybody gets a copy, if anybody gets a copy and gives me an honest review, I will be so grateful to you. And I promise you, this new book that I just wrote, available on Amazon, this will give you a complete fundamental introductory explanation into socialism. So please support me and my writing, everybody. And like I said, I am and also if you see any bad reviews, check if it says verified purchases. Um because um a lot of people on here, they just don't like me or something, and they will just leave a bad review. Sorry, I'm trying to type something real quick. They will just leave a bad review. uh what 1 second. But if it doesn't say verified purchase, that means they didn't actually get it and read it. Do you think you earned the bad reviews from your past? No, because they didn't actually read the book. But if someone does read my first book I published, State Capitalism, um, and gives and I actually reads it, actually it said verified purchase, and actually think that that's deserved. But hey, thank you, Zane, for following. Thank you, everybody who follows. God bless all of you. That never happened, Squidward. Um, but yeah, so like I was telling you guys earlier, this is my new book. And hello, Angie, how you doing? Please feel free to ask me any questions. Talk to me. Tell me how you've been. Good to see that you're doing well. Yeah, I'm doing pretty good right now. I would really appreciate anybody supporting my new book. Um, hey, Miles. I guess I can check it real quick. I'm not gonna be checking throughout the live for things like that. I'm gonna try to not do that because I have to leave my live stream for a second. But I will check for that one real quick. But that's it. Hello, Rose. How you doing? God bless you. Sorry about that, guys. Hello, Alan. How you been? God bless you. Hello, Debbie. How you doing? God bless you. Uh, Amazon does get some of the money, but this is my new book available on Amazon. Please, anybody, please read my book and give me an honest review. I promise you, this will give you a very good history and understanding of socialism. It can be read in an hour or two. It's very short, clear, and concise. Thank you, Debbie. Hello, Tamara. I'm doing good. How are you? Does anybody have any questions about my new book? Does anybody have any questions about my new book? At this point in time, I am not gonna be asking any questions about my intimate personal life. I may in the future, but not at this point in time. This book is only $9.99. Thank you, Tamara, for the roses. This book is only $9.99 on Amazon. Completely written by me. We got a back cover thing too. Thank you, Chase, for following. God bless you. I would definitely like to give autographed copies out. Unfortunately, I can't promise that because I'm not really good at mailing things to people. So I don't want to promise anything. I am now, Debbie. I am now. God bless you guys. This is my new book, What is Socialism? Available on Amazon. So we've talked a little bit about the book. We've talked a little bit about socialism. We even talked about liberalism. What do you guys think about doing one, maybe two live matches? What do you guys think? Click the red option if you want to do a live match. Care Bear said nobody wants my book. My new book, What is Socialism? Please support. If anybody gets a copy and reads it, I will be so grateful to you. And please give me a good, honest review. Okay, looks like we are gonna be doing a live match, guys. Let's see how it goes. Okay, I'm gonna do the quick invite. That way TikTok just pairs me with somebody so I don't have to keep on looking for someone. So we are gonna do a live match, a battle. That from okay, Rubik's, you want to do a match?
Okay, Austin, let's do this. And follow my friend. I'm creating an army.
Okay, nice. Yeah, I'll follow you. I like Rubik's cubes.
Everyone tap. Everyone on my side, start tapping. Ben,
Everybody,
tap.
please tap the screen. Tap the screen as much as you can. Creator unlocks double points for each first gift. Yep. So if anybody sends a gift right now, that gift will have double points for the rest of the match.
Oh, my man Austin. Yeah. Benji is asking me to tell you that your book is for the wicked. What does that mean?
Oh, well, I have a lot of haters. Hey, thank you so much, Tamara. Thank you, Texas. Thank you so much, Britt. Thank you, my heart. I just self-published this book on Amazon. It's called What is Socialism? And, you know, I already have a lot of haters, but I got there's a lot of people who watch my content who don't agree with socialism, and so
So I've got a leaker from your side then that must have. Yeah. Okay.
yep.
I I haven't read it myself, so I can't say personally. But
Hey, well,
anytime you're in a
oh,
controversial subject,
you said what?
that's gonna happen.
Oh yeah,
Anytime
yeah.
you touch on a controversial subject, it's gonna happen. There's
That's
nothing you did wrong, I'm sure.
yeah, that's true. But I
You
will
did
say
nothing
for
wrong.
anybody, I'm really proud of this because it's a clear, easy, simple guide to introduction to socialism. And it is you can read it in an hour or two, and it goes through the history of the word and the concept and modern perspectives on it, and misconceptions, distinctions from other concepts. We were just reading some of it in my live stream, and I'm gonna be making
Oh,
some
I
more
must have.
videos about it and about the topic. Oh, look, we only need one gifter, you guys. Only need one gifter.
Botman. Thank
Can
you.
we do it?
Thank you, Botman. We're at 9. All right. Who had that comment? Where's that hater? Come back. Come
Thank
back.
you,
Ben.
Tamara.
Ben, come on. You're not much of a hater if you're gonna let him win. Look at this. Come on, he's got
hey,
305 points. To be a
I just
to
saw
be
him
a
in here,
self-respecting
Benji.
hater.
Benji, he needs you back over there, Benji.
I need you here, man. I need you, Benji. If you want to be a any self-respecting hater, is gonna beat that 305 points. Come on, guys.
Exactly.
We need a.
Any self-respecting hater would not let me win this match, especially when I dared to talk about socialism. Don't let
Ask him.
social prevail. Beat me, guys, beat
Ben,
me in
send
the
me a
match, you
dollar,
guys.
Ben. Send me a dollar, Ben. Send me to burn your enemy to the ground. Send me a dollar.
Thank you, Tamara. God bless you. We got 10 more seconds, double points, although we probably don't need it unless they're sniping. Thank you, Tamara. God bless you.
For in my chat. Thank you for the follow. All right, Botman, I'm gonna give you follow back. I'm building an army. I am building an army. Kobe, welcome in. James, welcome in. First place, we got Botman.
So
Austin, are you?
Benji says. Oh, go ahead.
Are you in Austin, Texas?
No, I'm not.
Texas, though.
Are you in?
I'm in Texas.
Hold on. Are you in Matthew, Virginia?
I didn't know there
I'm
was
just kidding.
Matthew, Virginia. That's pretty cool.
And I don't think
seconds.
there is. I just made it up. People always ask me that, like, you from Austin? I'm like, why this isn't the year 500 BC. My name isn't where I'm from,
15 seconds. Tap. 15 seconds. Leo, tap.
All right, let's see if we win.
Here we go. Final few moments. What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
Thank you so much, everybody.
Ooh, we got something in the last minute.
Thank you, Matthew, for the match. I followed you. Maybe we'll do it again sometime.
Good luck with your book, man.
Thank you. And thank you, Britt, Tamara, Texas, Crystal, and everybody else who sent gifts or tapped the screen. Thank you guys so much. See you later, Matthew.
I think you call it disrupting. Disrupt the industry, Austin. You got this.
Got you.
Disrupt the industry.
I will. Okay, there you have it, guys. We got to disrupt the industry. Disrupt the industry. The haters are not gonna be happy about this one. Think about it. The haters are not gonna be happy about this one. God bless you, Nessa. I've been thinking the same thing myself. I'm just playing. God bless you, though. Thank you all for joining my live stream today. Thank you so much, everybody. Hello, Tess. How you doing? God bless you. Does my book come with crayons? No, unfortunately. That would be pretty cool, huh? The book plus crayons. Thank you, everybody, for tapping the screen. Thank you, everybody who sent roses. Maybe next time I'll just try a thousand roses goal instead of 4,000. Yes, you are back with the same old tricks. Oh my God, Mike. And what tricks would that be? God bless you. Hello, Ashley. How you doing? Long time no see. I can't believe we have a moderator back. One of the moderators showed up for the Austin comeback. God bless you. Thank you, Asphalt, for following. Please follow everybody if you're not following already. Appreciate everybody who's following. Glad to see you too, Ashley. I appreciate you being here. Thank you all for joining my live stream. God bless you. The person who said, yo, bro, I might not respond to you because I don't want to accidentally say your name. That is just, it's kind of vulgar. I try to be respectful to everybody, but yeah, God bless. All right. So, one more time. Boom. Thank you, Benji, for the rose. God bless you. This is my new book that I just published to Amazon. Thank you all for joining my live stream today. Please support my work. If anybody, even just one person, I swear to God, if even just one person gets a copy, reads it, and give me an honest review, and I can tell if you actually bought it. If you actually buy the book, it'll say verified purchase next to your review. So I don't really pay attention or care too much about the reviews that don't say verified purchase next to it, because I know that they didn't really buy the book and read it, so it doesn't really matter what they said, So if anybody, even just one person gets the book, leaves an honest review, it would mean so much to me. And I really believe that this book will bring value to your life. You know, even if you don't agree with socialism, even if you don't agree with the ideas of the book, this is not an argumentative uh, piece of writing. This is an informative piece of writing. So it's literally just like just like the back says, just like a quick crash course, just a quick little 1 to 2 hour read, something you can read in an afternoon. Madeline said, what is the book about? It's about socialism. It actually goes all the way from the beginning of the word, the history of the word, how the idea developed throughout history, and the different perspectives within socialism, historical examples. No, I did not, Marku. God bless you. Thank you, everybody, for joining my live stream today. I appreciate all of you so much. Thank you, Jess. Hey, thank you, Missy. I was saying earlier in my live, you guys. I was talking earlier in my live about how I've taken a long break off social media for a reason. I realized a humble guy like myself, right? I realized that I don't want to keep cultivating a hostile, uh, reactive audience, by just asking, you know. For a lot of my social media career, if you can call it that, I was a very famous e-beggar, homeless, and every day I would just beg people. And a lot of people would say to me, hey, why don't you produce actual content, buddy? And I would say, hey, this is actual content, buddy. But at the end of the day, I knew that I wanted something more. I wanted to be able to make videos and do live streams that provided value to people. That encouraged discussion, even debate, healthy debate. Discussion of ideas. Of opinions, and bringing people together rather than creating uh, controversy. Now, I still do not judge anybody who begs. Even if they seem able-bodied. Even if they seem like they could just get a job. I still do not judge anybody for doing that, and I think it can actually be a constructive, positive experience for some people. In ancient India, I don't know if they still do it, but I was listening to a documentary. In ancient India, they actually had a practice where a brahmacharya, they they would take on the practice of only eating what was offered to them. They would abandon all their possessions except for their robe or clothing or whatever, and a bowl, just their clothing and a bowl. And they would go and just sit and have the bowl out, and they would spend all that time only eating what was offered to them. And it was supposed to be a really humbling experience, and a really spiritual experience that is really sacred. And so, you know not everyone does that on purpose. Most people do not do that on purpose. uh, and there is a gray area. A lot of people throughout my time said, you're choosing to do this. And that's a big criticism of people who are struggling, who are homeless. Oh, they could just choose to go get a job. It's a lot harder than people think. And I'm not saying it's impossible. It's harder for some people than it is for others. For somebody like me, white, male, able-bodied, you know, there's a lot of times I could have worked, but I proudly admitted I did not want a wage labor job. I'd rather just beg on social media. I would proudly say that before, and now I don't want to beg anymore. But and I am doing okay right now. I'm not broke on my own. I'm pulling my own weight, so to speak. But I do want to cultivate an audience that I can talk to and discuss things with, and we can learn together. Um, so somebody just said in the comments, nobody is gonna buy his book. Thank you, Ashley. Nobody is gonna buy his book. Let's prove the haters wrong. God bless all of you. Hey, thank you, Missy. I really appreciate that. So, I will be doing more live streams, you guys. I I will be doing more live streams. I don't know if it will be every day. That would be nice. Hey, thank you, Tamara. Thank you, Ashley, for the roses. God bless you. I really appreciate it. I've been up here for about an hour and 30 minutes now. Um, maybe I will come back up here later. Who knows? Hey, thank you, Miss Exclusive, for the heart me. Thank you for joining the fan club. Hey, thank you, Simply Lisa. Good to see you too. Thank you, Lori Lou. God bless you. So, I'm very grateful for all of you joining my live stream today. Um, in so hear me out. Basically, what I'm trying to say in a good way, what I'm trying to get across, the new structure of my content and my TikTok and my social media. I want to be making educational but also relatable, videos, informative, and just discussing topics, but also modern day examples, things going on in the world and how they relate to these concepts. um so basically, my videos from this point on, I'm going to be trying to make them different topics. So if you have a topic or a question that you would like me to make a video about, please message me or comment on any of my videos, and I'll see it. And make a video. I might see it, um, and I might make a video about it. Hello, Zach. Good afternoon. God bless you. Thank you, Tamara. So my videos are gonna be more about focusing on a specific topic, explaining it, maybe connecting it to a modern example or something that's relevant today with that concept. Um, and then my live streams, it's gonna be more personal, but not as personal as before. Basically, what I'm trying to say is I'm gonna be streams. It person is much. What is my book called? My book is called "What Is Social?" Not as personal as before. I go on a concise analysis to clarify the concept. Hey, thank you, Missy. Hey, thank you, Zach. This book is available on Amazon. Please get a copy and read it and leave an honest review. Yes, Paige, it's on Amazon. I am so grateful if anybody reads my book. You can read it in an hour or two. It's only 79 pages. I will be so grateful to anybody who reads my book. I am serious. If I mean, I'm not trying to sound egotistical here, but if there's anybody who's listening, who watches me, is just thinking, I really wish I could personally connect with that guy more. Maybe none of you feel that way. I'm just reaching out on a limb here. But if there's anybody here that does feel that way, if you read my book, you have a conversation with me about it, man, that would be amazing for me, and I would love to hear everything you have to say about it, even your criticism, even if you really hate socialism. This is not an argumentative book. This is informative. Hey, hello, Tim, how you doing? God bless you. Hey, God bless you. It's your boy. I appreciate that, man. I'll give you a follow back for that one, because that's really nice and humble of you to say. Hey, thank you so much, Paige. It's only $9.99 for a paperback copy. Only basically $10 for a paperback copy. Thank you, Zach. I promise, if any of you guys order my book and message me about it, tell me your honest thoughts. I will talk to you about it. I'm really excited to hear anybody's opinions. And I promise you, this book, in 1 or 2 hours, you can have a complete fundamental understanding of what socialism is. He said, remember you used to beg on TikTok in 2020. Are you different now? Hey, thank you. It's your boy. I appreciate that. Hey, thank you, Zach. And thank you, Tim. Thank you, Zach and Tim, so much. I swear it means so much for me for anyone to get a copy and read this and give me an honest review and honest opinion. I'll talk to you about it every day. If you want to have a 30-minute conversation every day for the next year about my book, I'm willing to do it. You know, I am someone who wants to be a successful writer. Hey, thank you, Missy and Tamara. If all of you guys actually order one, that would be so amazing, and I'm really looking forward to hear any opinions, any criticisms, any thoughts you guys have about it. Hey, thank you so much, Tamara, too. Thank you, Candy, for the heart me gift. Hey, thank you, Zach. So I've been live for about an hour and 30 minutes now. And I've had a really good time today talking to you guys. I really appreciate the people who have come on here today and say that they appreciate the change of me not coming up here and begging. It really did take a few months for me to get out, for me to recuperate on my own and not be on social media to get out of that. Because for the long time viewers, for the people who were watching me for years, you know how many times I said, okay, I'm done begging. Very next day, boom, I'm back on begging. Or 1 week later, you know, something like that, right? But the thing is that you know, I really needed time to really take for myself, you know, find an alternative income source to support myself so that I could come back. I could come back to social media and actually have a platform where I discuss ideas with people and we learn together. You know, so my new content, I'm gonna be trying to make educational, informative, and relevant and relatable topics. You know, and my live streams, just like today, every day. Before I go live, I'm gonna have a topic and a topic plan, and basically I just have a few ideas of what I want to discuss so that I can keep the live on track. You know. Hey, thank you. It's your boy. Thank you, New G. Mod Father. Thank you, Tamara. Thank you, Missy. I took a few months off social media to try to, you know, get myself in a better situation. You know, without having it all online, and I'm in a better financial situation now, and I really want to discuss ideas with people, and we will discuss other ideas. We're not just gonna discuss socialism. Now, I'm planning on doing a video series where I go through the book, you know, chapter by chapter, passage by passage, however long it takes. And I know that you can make like a video series on your TikTok, so that'll be a series. Stay tuned for that. But I'm also going to be discussing other topics, not all political topics. I'm very interested in philosophy. I'm very interested in sociology. Talking about society and you know, ideas. I'm also interested in religion and spirituality, so we'll have conversations about that stuff too. But I want to have a space where me and my audience can learn and grow together and talk about ideas. So thank you, Lori. Thank you, Missy. Thank you, Zach. Thank you, Nuji. Thank you, everybody. Thank you guys so much. And again, thank you so much to everybody who gets a copy of my book, I'm so grateful, and I'm so excited to hear any feedback you have. So for now, I'm gonna go. You know, I probably won't be back on tonight, but I think it would be fun if I have time for it. Hey, thank you, Who. Thank you. But thank you everybody for helping me have a good live stream today. Thank you for everybody for having a discussion. Thank you for everyone who's being encouraging and supportive. You too, Tamara. Have a good night. God bless you, Zach. And yeah, I wish I had some Bojangles right now. God bless you guys. Good night, Jam Jam. God bless you.